So this is very important. I have given one example for you to understand how important breathing is and how important this particular focus is and the straightness of the body is, so that the information passes very smoothly up and down. Alright? Fixing at the gaze. If the gaze has to be fixed at the nose tip over here. Why is it important? If I am looking outside over there, here, there, what is happening to my eyes? My eyes are gathering information from various sources. Is it correct? And if my ears are also moving here and there, means they are listening to something. Now in the far away location, what is there to listen to? Maximum is the chirping of the birds, rustling of the leaves, correct? Maybe a rat is scurrying here and there, maybe a rodent somewhere, that kind of thing. Beyond that, there is no people talking blah 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 all the time. So this is the reason why we have to, the ears are shut down, the eyes are not roaming around, so the eye which passes on information to this place over here is not passing on. When I am seeing over here, I am only focusing on the breath. So we are doing Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 13. Holding the trunk, head and neck straight, and steady, remaining firm, and fixing the gaze on the tip of the nose without looking in other direction. So this is the verse. Holding the trunk, head and neck straight. There are three things in the body which he is talking about. Remember, a person is sitting with his legs folded, Padmasana, or even Sukhasana. Fine, it does not matter. You can sit whichever way which is comfortable for you. Now when you ask me what is Padmasana and what is Sukhasana, please go and look it up on the internet, you will find it. Alright? I am not discussing yogic postures over here, but I am just telling you what exactly is Sri Krishna talking about and the spiritual significance of this verse. So he is saying very clearly that there are three things which you have to take into account. Three things. The trunk, the head and the neck. The head you know very well. This is your head. Okay, this whole portion from here to here is your head. The neck. This is your neck. The trunk of the body from behind. This is called the trunk of the body. Then you have legs down there and then you have hands also. That's a different thing. So these three things you have to keep straight and steady. Straight and steady. Why straight and steady? Let us say, if you want something, let us say you have a pipe, garden hose you have. Now I am sure many of you have gardens and maybe many of you have garden hoses. Now if the garden hose is bent at one place, like this, bent at one place, the water will not flow from there, right? Maybe a knot has formed and it is bending over there. So if I have to have a hose, let me just see if I have some wire or something, then I will show you. Okay, let me see if I can show you. Now this is a wire, okay? If the wire is bent like this, if the wire is bent, what happens? It can get cut at this point, isn't it? And it can fray over there. Fraying will happen. Now if it is straight, how many of you have an iPhone? And do you know what is the main problem of iPhone's wires getting into a desperate condition? I will show you what happens. I have to put something over here. Why? Otherwise this wire breaks over here. iPhone's regular problems in life. iPhone, all the Apple products have this miserable condition. they will fray at the side over here, because when we put it, it is always, it's a highly used item. So at one point it is going to break. Now I want you to think like this. If I am constantly like this, or if I am like this, or like this, and I am not straight, so suppose like this. See, can you see it is bent? It can bend on the other side also. If it is bent, the flow of water is not correct in your hose pipe. Similarly, if the body is kept straight, like this, straight, the trunk of the body, when the head of the body is balancing on the neck over here at this point, this particular point. Alright? Remember, it has got two movements, you can go like this and like this. Unless and until you are a ghost, then you will go right round. Those who have seen Exorcist and all those movies, the girl's head goes round. But you are a human being, so your neck will go at 180 degrees only, this to this. That's it, not 360 degrees. So going from here to here is the only movement that is allowed. And then like this to like this. From here to here, only this much amount of distance you can move your head. You can move it sideways also. But did you understand your body is moving along with it? So there is a movement, a certain movement which you are allowed. In the spiritual domain, I said, that you have, when we talk about the moon, we are not discussing the moon outside, we are discussing the moon inside. So I am not going to the moon just now, I am only going to the mountains. Okay? So did you understand? You have to keep your body straight. Number one, so that the flow of the water, like you have water from a hose pipe, is perfect. So first you get that clear. Second, you have to get it clear that what is it that we are doing. There is a particular leverage over here at the back of your neck. Nape we call it, nape. This particular thing is called the balancing point. The triangle which is there, it balances on either side. Huh? You have seen? If you have seen children playing in the park, huh? They go on that string, like this. Huh? Right? So this point which is there, it's called the fulcrum. You know that it's called the fulcrum. So there is a fulcrum over here, and on that our neck is moving. This fulcrum is a very, very important place for us. It is the center where the movement happens. Now, if you see the seesaw, you seen the seesaw? And there is a fulcrum, on top of it the seesaw happens like this, like this, like this, like this, right? Imagine your head is balancing on that. If your head is balancing on that seesaw over here, fulcrum, if it is not balanced properly, there can be a problem. Many a times when you are sleeping and you get up and you have a neck pain, back pain is different, neck pain, because you have been sleeping in a particular manner and the neck is hurting. Oh my God, I should not. Early in the morning you try to do like this, and they do like this. You will find that people are trying to, crack the neck. So like that, this point is extremely important point in the spiritual world. It is such a very, very delicate and an important point that the flow of information from down below happens through that to the brain. How many have you seen the Samsung's flip phone, that the phone which has come, the new one? You flip it open like this. Or my iPad is spoiled. Why? Because this connection over here with the keyboard is gone. Now it has been used for the last 5 or 6 years now. So the connection, because it is closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, the connection over there is got spoiled. So it doesn't connect anymore. So it says this accessory is not responding. Alright? Accessory is the keyboard to the main iPad. It's not responding anymore. Think about it like that. This is a place where the two things are meeting. And if this place is not kept correctly, the information from down below is not reaching the brain. Spondylitis. You seen them wearing the brace like this? Huh? Or no? So this is very important. If you do not keep your neck straight, even in your normal life, there can be a problem. If you don't keep your body straight, in your normal life also, that can be a problem. Now, especially when you are doing meditation, you cannot be slouching, doing like this all the time. You have to be sitting straight. No movement. Now, I am going to look at you. Just see where I am seeing. I am wearing glasses, but I hope you all are able to see. So I am keeping my neck straight. Can you see this neck is straight? My head is right, balanced out clearly. My body is kept in a comfortable position. Now what I have to do is this. The tip of my nose is the place where I have to see. When I am seeing at the tip of my nose over here, the whole world around me blanks out. This is a technique and a method for meditation. If you do not keep your neck straight, your brain and your head is not getting the required signals. We want the channel cleared. It is called the channel. There is a channel behind, which we say as a spinal column. I'm sure you know that. So the spinal column is a column where the channel has to be cleared. Now think about it. If you are driving from one place to the other and you get a signal in one place, do you have to stop? A red signal means you have to stop. Then you go ahead when the signal turns green, and the next signal again it is turning red. You have to stop again. Then you go ahead, and when the signal turns green, then you go ahead and then again stop. So this stopping is not allowed. You should have clear channel. That means all green color. Why this is important? I think all of you all have joined this course, no? So you will get the full knowledge and information in the course. One whole session is on this only. It's an important session for you to know why it is so critical for human beings to pay attention even to the finest of the details. So when the channels are cleared, the information pathways are open. Information pathways are open. So anything that is happening on any peripheral region of your body, the brain is getting the, information. Tuck, 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 tuck. Imagine the information is moving at light speed. It goes, gives the information, then goes beyond and does what is necessary. So like that. So do you want your information pathways to be clean and clear? Yes. Do you want your mind to be removed of all the dirt? Yes. So the mind, like I told you, though it's an imaginary thing, but the information pathway is the one which has to be cleared. So mind is connected to the information pathway. Nervous cells, through nerves, through spinal column, through all those things. Okay? And the breath is a secondary thing which has to be cleared out. If I don't clear the breath, my body is not going to get the correct information. The breath is a trigger for this passageway also. But breath is only clearing up certain things. When I take the breath in and when I take the breath out, it is tapping at the nervous centers which are very, very important centers. What is it doing? It is giving me information from outside to the one inside. Alright? So there is a, let us say, I have 5 centers, okay, across the world. One is in, let us say one is in Canada somewhere. One is in United States. One is in England. Okay, just think about the names. Maybe Vancouver is one place. New York is another place. London is the third place. Fourth place is India, Delhi. Fifth place is Tokyo. So let us say 5 centers in the world. Now, something that is happening in Africa. The first information goes to England because it's the closest point. Or something that is happening in Turkey, something that is happening in Italy, something that is happening in Scotland. The information, the closest point is London. So the information reaches London. Something that is happening in Mexico City. Which is the closest place? New York. See, in the 5 centers, New York is the closest. So information reaches New York first. Understood? So closest places, so in our body, like that there are centers. These are pivotal centers, very, very important centers. One center is at the base where we discussed last time, at the seat. So the information from the tip of our toe, toe or your knee will reach this particular point, which is below your body. Okay, when you are sitting, it is at the base. So the information reaches there. How many of you know that people have sciatica? Sciatica is a very dangerous disease. There is a constant pain in the legs. From the hip to the legs, there is a constant pain. And the whole thing is joined together at the last, coccyx is the last one. Above that there is S1, S2, T1, T2. This is the vertebra. At that point it is all joined. People get back pain. Back pain means at the base of the spine they get a pain. Very dangerous. Information is coming to this point. Got it? So I am only discussing one today. So when you breathe in, this information superpower is sitting at the base of your spine. It is called the Mooladhara. Mool means base, dhara. where all the nerves are coming or going from. Got it? So, that place, when I breathe very deeply, remember that day I was telling you, you have to take a very deep breath and hold. So when you hold, what happens? Information is seeping to the last chakra, which is called the Mooladhara. And then you breathe out. So like I said, it's that thing which is the children are playing with. Huh? So what happens is the Mooladhara chakra starts rotating. So there is a trigger which happens. This trigger is connected to the baser chakra, that's called. Now, the baser chakra is activated by the prana that comes in and comes out, right? After prana, it is the nervous cells which are very important. The spinal column is extremely important. This has to pass on information top, bottom to the brain. This much is clear? Who is doing the information passing? Your nervous cells, which is there in the body. So spinal column is very important. So now think what I am saying. All this information pathway has to be cleared and clean. Otherwise, how will the information reach your brain? Where the processing happens. After the processing happens, it sends out impulses to different parts of the body. So this is very important. I have given one example for you to understand how important breathing is and how important this particular focus is and the straightness of the body is, so that the information passes very smoothly up and down. Alright? Fixing at the gaze. If the gaze has to be fixed at the nose tip over here. Why is it important? If I am looking outside over there, here, there, what is happening to my eyes? My eyes are gathering information from various sources. Is it correct? And if my ears are also moving here and there, means they are listening to something. Now in the far away location, what is there to listen to? Maximum is the chirping of the birds, rustling of the leaves, correct? Maybe a rat is scurrying here and there, maybe a rodent somewhere, that kind of thing. Beyond that, there is no people talking blah 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 all the time. So this is the reason why we have to, the ears are shut down, the eyes are not roaming around. So the eye which passes on information to this place over here is not passing on. When I am seeing over here, I am only focusing on the breath. Coming in, coming out. Coming in, coming out. That's all I am doing. So I am not using that portion of my body which is other thoughts connected to the world. I am shutting them off. That is why focusing on the nose is very, very important. And there are other reasons also. I don't want to go into them, but you have to understand. So when you are sitting straight and you are looking at the tip of your nose, information pathways are cleared. The body is sending information up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. The brain is getting activated. The chakras are getting activated. What is the thing that is only supposed to do? Well, it has no other work, no? You are sitting. No leg is moving. No hand is moving. No other organs are moving. No tongue is moving. All these organs have shut down, correct? Then, senses have shut down. Your eyes are closed. You are looking over here. Your ears are not listening to anything outside. You are not even tasting anything. Got the point? None of the senses are moving anywhere. None of these 5 organs of action are moving anywhere. What is happening is you have internalized everything, and inside only up and down, up and down, up and down movements are happening. Is there any information being passed at the moment? I got to go and pee. That information is also not going. Remember, you have shut down your organs of action also. You are not going for a pee. You're not getting up from there. You're not doing anything. So, the movement of these chakras starts literally zzz. Like if you put a fan on very fast, what happens? Now the energy that is there is only moving this thing in a circular fashion, in a helical format. It is coming upwards. This energy from the bottom of my body where I am sitting on, it is only moving upwards like this in a spiral form upwards. It's like, have you seen those whirlwinds or what do you call them in America? They have that, big things. I don't remember what it is called. So that is happening. Like that happens in our body. And it is moving upwards. So everything is coming upwards. So the chakras start activating, like one after the other, after the other, after the other. They are just going buzz, 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 buzz. And they have nothing to do outside with the outside world. So they are getting charged. The centers are getting charged. So this is nothing but channeling it in your body for charging your body. The body is getting charged fully. So it is like a cell. You are like that cell which is, in the phone you have the battery, It's like that. Imagine it is all getting charged. And there is no discharge anywhere. So your body has become a charged machine. So this is what actually happens inside the body when you sit like this in a straight way, only looking over here, straight. What you got to do while you are doing that is something which I will explain as we go along. Meditation is what we have to do. So various types of meditations are there. So I will teach you all one by one. First you got to get the theory cleared. So now I hope you have got this theory cleared. Why it is important? Your body is like a charging machine. And it self-charges. Okay? It is charging on its own. Alright? Alright, so after we shut down, then I will tell you something else. So we will stop over here today.